good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Stop. Now it's your me time with my wonderful co-host all the way in England, Adrienne Marks. Over to you, Adrienne.
Okay, hello Marina. I'm very, very happy New Year to you and all the lovely people who are listening to us at the moment. I am really, really excited about being here and talking to you. The third week of the year, I just feel that it's going to be the most amazing year this year. And to start us off, I think that we talked a little bit about this before Christmas, but people have probably forgotten by now, about resolutions and how to make sure that the year's going to be better. And sometimes people make resolutions, I need to lose weight, I need to make more money, whatever it is. And by now they've stopped going to the gym. They're still drinking, they're doing all the things they did last year because it's very difficult to get back into the swing of things. So I've been looking at this and I'm thinking, instead of struggling, we have to put out the right things. I believe a lot in the law of attraction, and what we put out there is what we get back. So I really believe that what we have to do is work on ourselves. And once we're feeling awesome and healthy and energetic, then we're putting out this good stuff, this energy. And people listening are probably thinking, well, that's all very well, but how do you start that process? And if people are listening and they're in the UK, we've had some horrendous weather. It's been really cold. The mornings are very dark, and it's very difficult to get yourself motivated. But the way to do it are the words that you're using to yourself. Words are very, very powerful. And what we need to be doing is to be talking to ourselves. What I say is that sometimes we're such critics of ourselves and we're so hard on ourselves, we wouldn't use the words we use to ourselves to our best friend. In fact, we probably wouldn't have that friend for very long if we kept doing that. So what we need to be doing is changing the words that we're using. And one of my mantras, as you well know, is the first thing in the morning to say, today is a wonderful day. I choose to make it so. So that when you wake up in the morning, you're thinking, not, oh my God, what do I have to do? But it's going to be a great day. And you get out of bed and you start believing in that. And the more you say it, the more your body, your mind believes it, because the mind, as we know, has no sense of humor whatsoever. The subconscious just tells you what you feed it. So if you tell it that you're going to have a great day, it believes you. It says, okay, we'll have a great day. And of course, stuff will happen, because stuff like that, life is not perfect. But as you go along, you're thinking to yourself, well, I know how to deal with this. And that's the important thing. It's not the situation, it's the way we deal with it. It's our perception of it. So it's a way of getting ourselves feeling a lot better. And once you've done that and you're out of bed and you start to, they make the coffee and you start sort of getting ready for your day, you keep saying to yourself, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. That's a really important one for your body, for your health. I have a happy, healthy body. That is so important. You keep telling yourself that, because again, all these positive words will feed into your brain, and what you'll end up feeling is that I don't want to eat bad stuff. I don't want to eat things that aren't good for me. I do want to exercise and make myself feel better. It's very difficult sometimes, and I can appreciate that, especially, as I say, if you live sort of in the northern hemisphere where I live and it's cold and you had a full day at work and you come home, the last thing you want to do is go to the gym, because it's like, oh, it's warm at home and I really don't want to go out. But the thing is, just like using the words, 2 months down the line. I mean, we're already in the third week of the year, almost the end of the third week of the year. And time goes so quickly, we know that. And if you wake up one morning and it's like March, or you're going on holiday in April, you want to look good, you want to feel energetic. And so start going to the gym now. And by putting in the words and feeling better about yourself, it's just a brilliant, brilliant way to just to keep the momentum going. And it is hard. It can be hard sometimes. Of course it can. But you just have to keep saying, you know what, I can do this. I can do this because I will feel better. And in fact, I've had a situation, I think you remember, Marina, that last year I had an accident and I fractured my my right kneecap. And walking was very, very difficult. In fact, I couldn't walk for the first sort of week or so. And gradually the walking's better, and I had a brace, and thankfully that's come off now. And I was walking with a stick as well. And walking has been much better over the last 4 weeks, probably. But stairs have been a nightmare. And I started doing a few exercises, but I saw a physio for the first time yesterday who gave me some exercises. And one of them was walking up and down stairs, but just very gently, very slowly. And she said to me, you know, if it hurts, then stop, rest, give yourself an hour or so and try again. And I did it several times today. And each time it was better. And I felt so amazing because about 2 hours ago, I had to walk, and this was outside. So outside, I find it much different to inside. Inside walking's really easy and stairs are really easy, but outside it's a bit difficult. I'm a bit nervous about it. But I actually walked up a flight of stairs in a quote normal way. I was so excited when I walked to the top, and I was like, whoa. And it was, yeah, my knee was a bit twingy, but it's fine now. And I was so excited. This is the first time I've done it. So it was really exciting. And I think that's it. Sometimes the fear or the worry makes us stop to do things. Like I was wearing the brace and the doctor said to me, you know, you can actually take it off. And I said, no, I have to wear it outside because it feels secure and it makes me feel better. And he said, well, it's up to you, but I'd rather you took it off. Anyway, it's been so cold here, and I've got some really lovely warm boots, and I wanted to wear them, but I couldn't wear the brace over the boots. So yesterday when I went out, I thought, okay, I'm not going to wear the brace. And it was the first time I was out, and I was like out and about, and suddenly I thought, oh, I haven't actually missed it. And it's really strange because it's a mindset. You know, we talk ourselves into things. I remember a long time ago somebody saying that to me, and I thought, what do they mean by that? And now I understand. We can talk ourselves into negative situations and make ourselves feel bad. If we start sort of thinking, oh, it's cold out there, or oh, it's this out there, or, you know, I can't do this, or I can't do that, and you're feeding yourself, because the thing is that thoughts turn into emotions, and emotions turn into either action or inaction. And a lot of the time, if we're feeding ourselves negative stuff, then we end up not going to the gym, or not sending off to, you know, to do this new job, or to go to a networking event and meet more people, you know, because, oh, no, I don't think I will go. And then you don't go, and you miss out on all these opportunities. They do say that you only regret things in life that you don't do. And that's very powerful. That's what you need to be thinking all the time. And I think this month is a perfect month to start really looking at what you want, writing down your goals, because short-term goals, it's all very well writing a 5-year goal or a year, even a year goal, but writing short-term goals so that, you know, especially if it's around health and wellness and weight loss, people go, oh, I need to lose, you know, 30 pounds, or I need to, you know, be doing this or that. But instead, what they should be saying is, I could lose 2 pounds this week. Because at the end of the week, when you get on the scale and you see you've lost 3 pounds, that's a victory. But if you get on the scale, right? Isn't it? But if you get on the
Absolutely.
scales and you've only lost 2 pounds and you've got this goal of 30 pounds, it's like, oh my God, I'm never going to get that. I'm going to stop now. You know, I'm just going to go out and eat a box of chocolates or whatever. So by having little goals, they're easier to reach. And so you can say, oh, well, I've lost 2 pounds this week. That's only 28 pounds I need to lose now. So, okay, so this week I'll lose another 2 pounds. And so you do that gently, and suddenly you go, oh my God, I've actually lost all that weight. And that's so exciting. And as I say, this time of year is just January, you know, the Christmas and all the holidays and everything of the excitement is over. And January is like a really sort of, oh my God, it's a terrible month because people feel very flat and you need things to look forward to. Booking a holiday and planning a holiday for April or something is a perfect thing to do. And looking at your health and saying, you know, I'm going to be, you know, I want to be healthier. So I'm going to start now. I'm not going to leave it till April. I'm going to start now. I'm going to start looking at ways to make myself healthy. Even if I only do a few exercises at home, maybe if I can't get to the gym every night because I'm busy working, maybe I'll do a few exercises at home. I could do that. You know, I've got a big living room or a big bedroom and I can spend 10 minutes. If the pain of going out when you come after you come in is really bad, while your dinner's on, you can stand, you can do some leg exercises, you can do something while you're standing in the kitchen waiting for the kettle to boil. There's no excuse. And that's what they say. There's either excuses or results. And what we want awesome results for the year. We want this year to be the best year ever and to really push ourselves and to prove to ourselves how wonderful we actually are, because we're absolutely, you know, perfect. When we're children, we have this belief that we can be anything and do anything. You know, I want to be a ballerina, I want to, you know, do this, I want to be a princess, I want, you know, and we have all these wonderful dreams and goals, but then when we grow up it's like, oh, I can't do that, I can't do that. And so we put ourselves in little boxes, and we have this thing inside our brain, and it's a bit like a thermostat. And basically how it works is, you know how a thermostat works, right? You put the
Yeah.
thermostat to have a certain temperature in a room, and if somebody comes in and opens the window, and like here it's really cold out there, the temperature in the room will go down. So the thermostat will work really hard to bring the temperature up. Now, when the window's open, the temperature outside is warm, then the thermostat will go out and it will come down. It will work to come down to be the right temperature in the room, so it's an even temperature. Well, this thing we have in our brain is a bit like a thermostat, but what it does, it keeps us in our comfort zone. And the reason it's called the comfort zone is because it's comfortable there. And they do say that everything that's worth having is outside your comfort zone. Because when you push yourself, when you really challenge yourself to be that bit better every single day, you start getting out of your comfort zone, and then the comfort zone grows, and then you move again, and then you move again. And it's really exciting. But what happens is, say for instance, you're looking for a new job, and you want to earn more money, and what you end up doing is you send off a few resumes, you talk to a few headhunters, and you start getting really excited about it. And then your nearest and dearest say, well, why are you doing that? You know, you're fine where you are, you're earning enough money, you know, don't be silly, don't move. And you say, no, I do want to do this. And they go, well, I think you're being silly. And so you start having doubts in your mind. And so as you start, the time goes on and you sent out some resumes, but nobody's actually replied to you. and you start feeling, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this, and you start feeling a bit uncomfortable, and you think, no, I really do want to earn some money this year. I'm going to earn more money, and I want to find a new job, and I hate where I work, and blah blah blah. And then you sort of move a little bit forward, and you move a little bit forward, and then you even go and see a couple of headhunters, and it's like it's getting really exciting, but the thermostat in your brain is going, I want to keep you safe. I don't want you to be out there. This is too dangerous for you. And and you start feeling really, really uncomfortable. And what happens is you wake up in the middle of the night and you start thinking about all the negatives. And somebody says, you start thinking about, they did say, maybe I should stay where I am. It's not too bad. I don't earn, and you just go over all these things. And then you say, do you know what? I don't think I will do this because, no, I really don't want to. And then you go back to sleep and you sleep really well. And the thermostat has won and you're back in your comfort zone. And then 6 months down the line, you go, I'm really unhappy. Why do I need to move? And then what happens is it clicks in and it goes, your subconscious goes, yeah, but remember what happened last time? You don't want to do that again. You were uncomfortable. No, and this time it's going to be different. And so each time you move, but you move less and less, so that eventually you don't move at all. And you spend your life in this sort of regret of, if only I'd have done that, if only I'd have done that. And suddenly you wake up one day and it's like 5 years later and you're still in this rubbish job and you're still earning no money and you're very unhappy. And it's like, why didn't I do something? I've wasted all this time.
I think it's so beautiful what you just said. And the most valuable asset each one of us could ever have is time. So that's why you are educating our listeners on how to manage me time, because it's all about learning to ask yourself better questions and listen to your inner voice, to what you want. Most people will, like you quite rightly said, they will align their values, their beliefs, and their actions, but they forget to put in one major critical ingredient, which is emotions. So they will listen to other people's logic or reasoning, and they say, oh, they might be right, because they don't have the courage to throw in their own emotions, how they feel inside about what they have, or who they are, or where they are. So in effect, you are telling us that learning new skills like listening to yourself, to your inner voice, to your emotions, and going all in based on how you feel inside is actually going with the flow, with your own flow, instead of trying to adjust yourself to other people's expectations or whatever it is that is outside. You have to start, like you so many times said it, you have to start the inside job. It's an inside job. You have to really, that's your divine job. So forget what other people think or expect of you. Just realize that what is more important than anything, it's you. You are your most valuable asset. So the way you use your time, the me time, to connect with yourself, to create a better relationship with yourself, to bring up a higher level of vibrations into the mix, into the world, the better chances are that you will find that abundant place inside, that place of total abundance, which is you, where happiness resides, because happiness is not something you can chase. Like most people think, oh, I'm chasing happiness. And you'll never be happy, because happiness only resides inside. And once you are able to see how much it is, and you can give it away and share it with the world and share it with your immediate family, friends, community, who will just embrace what you are giving them, because this is exactly what they're missing. They don't need another sad person complaining about their skills or lack of fulfillment. They need somebody who is courageous, somebody who is adventurous, somebody who doesn't necessarily accept the limit of the limits of comfort zone. They know you have to challenge yourself, challenge your own thinking about yourself first before you expect anything from anyone else. You
Absolutely.
put it so beautifully, Adrienne. I could listen to you weeks on end. So I don't know if you could talk for that long. It's really,
Probably.
I
That's
love your
probably.
flow. I love the way you sync with your own emotions. You are not afraid to share that, to go bare and into the world and say, look, this is what it is. It doesn't, you don't need to have brain surgery. You just need to be yourself and
Exactly.
acknowledge the value of you and bring it at the table. You know, Adrienne, I remember that few years ago, when before I wrote my first book, which was basically my birth certificate.
Mm.
Uh, I I thought that I have to make other people happy. That's my only purpose in life. Keep them happy. Do whatever it takes for them to be happy. But since I realized that actually um, they are a lot happier when I'm happy. So
Absolutely.
so this external chase is not really valid anymore. You have to stop chasing opportunities and become the opportunity for others to be happy, because people will be attracted by your vibrations, by your set of values, by your happiness, by your great feelings, by the way you resonate with yourself, rather than feeling sorry for yourself or whatever it is that some people feel at times. So you quite rightly also said something which really made me think that yes, last year I had a breakthrough. I had actually a very bad situation, which I had to either decide what to do about. So I turned it into from a small bad situation, I turned into a big victory.
Yeah.
So in effect, whatever it is that you are involved with is never always about yourself. It's always about different reasons, different people wanting different things, and you can't control it. But once you go inside and work inside and see that this is what you want and you mean well, you don't really care about what other people think or interpret your input in a way that is far really the opposite of what you really mean. So once you decide that I'm honest with myself, I'm dead honest with myself, this is who I am, this is what I do, and I will not stop till I achieve what I meant to achieve or deliver, create and deliver value in this lifetime, doesn't really matter what other people think, and doesn't really matter. You don't need anyone's approval. It's not about even when people want. If you ask, most people will say, if you ask them what they want, they'll say, "Oh, I want more money." But actually, what they are saying, what I'm hearing when they are saying that, is that actually they don't want money for themselves. They want to give money to those they love and care for, and they want money simply because everybody else wants money from them. So each person I know wants to generate a solution for life's crashing demands and events or unplanned events, or and they really want to see what is relevant in their life, but they miss to see the point. The point is that actually what is relevant is how you feel.
Exactly.
It's not who you know, is not what you own, is not what you owe, is it's nothing to do
Mm.
with money. It's about you becoming the attraction for people who got a challenge. And I had great conversations about wealth and being rich, and two different things, of course. And I listened to very poor people who literally got nothing, absolutely nothing. They
Mm.
eat on the pavement, and they
Yeah.
sleep on the bare room, and they are grateful they have a roof above their head, and they're happy with no reason, you could say. Yes. And then I
Yeah.
talked to high achievers who felt sick and tired, all the time. And with very, very wealthy people, insanely rich people. The difference between wealthy and rich is that the wealthy master their God-given gift, and nobody can take it away. So no matter what happens around them, they still have that master effect on themselves, and that's priceless. While rich people, they inherited large amounts of money, and their mission in life is to spend the money wisely or what otherwise, so what it takes to feel happy, to own your life, is to feel free to be happy.
Yeah.
So feeling free to be happy is like giving yourself permission to control your time, to manage your time. But we are talking about the inside time, because once that clock stops going, everything stops. If you lose your mojo, there's nothing left. If you don't have excitement in your life, if you don't have someone or something to look forward to meet or to talk or exchange thoughts, or it's just an exercise that doesn't make sense anymore. So this is what is slowing down your own rhythm, and your vibration are going really, really low when you allow society to condition your thinking, and you don't allow your own words to create better thoughts. So like you said, creating those beautiful thoughts about yourself. Start with yourself. Is nobody else really that you can create. You can recreate your life each day. You can get better each day. You each morning, like you said, you go and look into the mirror and say, hello, beautiful, and life is beautiful. So to me, everything revolves around really starting that inside job to create better life choices.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Over to you, Adrienne.
Yeah, there's no other way. Love is inside, and the more love you give out, the better it's going to be. Because it all begins with you. You have to believe in yourself, you have to love yourself, because that way, then you give it out to people. I've said it so many times that by giving it to yourself first, you've got more to give to other people. Because if people see that you're happy and content with who you are, as you said it so perfectly, happiness happiness is an inside job. You've got to like yourself, you've got to be happy with who you are, and that means being the best you can possibly be. One of the things that you need to be saying, as well as today is a wonderful day, I choose to make it so. At the end of the day, when you're in bed and just before you turn off the lights, say, today was a wonderful day, tomorrow's going to be even better. Because each day you want to be the best you can possibly be. And today was great, but I'm going to be even better tomorrow. And when you do that, your mind, your whole body, your health improves, everything improves. I've said it before, it's like magic.
I think, Adrienne, sorry to because I'm following the train of your thoughts, and I'm thinking, actually, how little or how much you understand about your mind, about the power of your thoughts, will give your heart the strength to stay clear of doubts. Because when you are so it's like a karmic coin. You have on one side you have the doubts, on the other side you have the light. So when you are in a light, you create and deliver value. You know you are worth. You know your worth. You know how much you can give, and nothing makes you more excited than giving. It doesn't matter what it is that you give. So your time, your money, whatever it is, nothing makes you happier than being able to give. We are givers. We are born as givers. So even for those who once betrayed you, doesn't matter. It's like, when you flip your focus from what you don't have, because most people will complain or get into that habit saying,
Yeah.
oh, I don't have this, I'm too far, too old, too young, whatever. But
Yeah.
focus on what you already have and stop feeling sorry for yourself. Start,
Absolutely.
cook spaghetti, learn Chinese like I do now, write a book like I do all the time, and find a project that excites you, that makes you feel alive, and
Yeah, makes
treating
you
yourself, as if you are, like you so many times you said it, like your best friend. It's
happy.
now is the time. It's long overdue. Actually, you owe it to yourself. And no, you
Exactly.
are not alone. Even when you are doing learning Chinese or Japanese or cooking spaghetti or whatever you are doing, um, to make yourself useful, you are not alone. Even if you are the only person on an island, you are not alone. But you are the only one, the one and only.
Exactly. Exactly. And when you do that, when you start giving yourself all these gifts of learning Chinese and cooking spaghetti and doing whatever it is you're doing that makes your heart sing, you can give out to other people. You're giving this out to other people, because you might make spaghetti for yourself one day, but 2 days time you might invite somebody over and cook spaghetti for them.
Because your confidence goes up.
Oh, totally, totally, totally. And that's the thing, and you start feeling good about yourself, and that's what it's all about. That there is no other thing. When you feel good about yourself, then anything and everything will start working out for you. People will be drawn to you like a magnet, like bees round a honeypot. They will see that you're excited and that you're vibrant and that you've got this energy inside, and they think, my god, I want to be with that person, because wherever she's on, I want some of that, and they want to be with you. And so that it starts with loving yourself and being good to yourself in a very unselfish way, if you like, because
Absolutely.
going back to the me time again, when you
You see,
appreciate
Adrian,
who you
I
are.
think most people will question their own worth like 100 times a day, and that is eroding, their true self.
Yes.
Because after all, you have a choice. Yeah, I would love to be perfect. I know I can't be. I'm like a faulty diamond. But what is the other option? Is to be a perfect pebble. So a diamond is no matter what, is a charcoal that was created under exceptional pressure.
Mm.
And it's a choice. It's time for me to choose to be this faulty diamond or perfect pebble,
Yeah.
and take responsibility for my choice,
I
because
don't.
nobody can be me, and I'm a miracle, and maybe somebody needs me, and if they are out there needed me, they will find me because I'm available to them. So
Exactly.
you know
Exactly.
people try so many things, and already they had so many disappointments, and they're running out of steam, and now is the beginning of the new year, which is a fabulous year, and
Mm.
I promise is the best year you ever had. It's absolutely the best.
Yeah.
It's up to you to make it so.
Absolutely. Because we believe it, that's what's going to happen. You just said it. We're unique. It's like our fingerprints. Nobody else has our fingerprints. Nobody else is us. We are totally, and each one of us is totally and utterly unique. We are perfection, but there is no such thing as perfection, if that makes sense. And we're all a work in progress. But oh my God, it's so exciting. It's so exciting to learn Japanese. I'm going to be learning Spanish this year. And, you know, yeah, so I'm excited about that, and doing new things and going to new places and just being alive. Children have this awesome, amazing sort of ability to live, as I said before, in this sort of little world of their own, and they believe in everything, that everything is possible or anything is possible. And when you grow up, you think, no, it's not. Of course, anything is possible. You've just got to believe in it. And once you start building up your own inner resources, telling yourself every single day how wonderful and awesome and fantastic you are, then you'll start believing it, and your actions will start um, mirroring what you're saying, because it'll start, your subconscious will start proving to you that you don't need to eat junk, that you need to go to the gym, that you need to be out there and alive and communicating with people. And that's what it's about, just giving of yourself selflessly, not even thinking about yourself, but just talking to people, laughing. Oh my God, isn't laughter like the best thing imaginable? It's wonderful. And
You
being
know, Adrian,
okay.
it's like I laugh at myself so many times a day. Before it was like
Yes,
once or twice.
me
Now it's
too.
like almost all the time. I couldn't find my reading glasses, and I live in a big house, and I had took me like half an hour to go from room to room to find my reading glasses. But I think when you choose your thoughts with love and excitement, you realize that ironically, actually, you could only go as far as your thoughts are taking you. So it's not about somebody else. It's not that society is conditioning you, or you've been those having accepting those limiting beliefs engraved into your mind. None of that. It's valid anymore. We live in an era where you have access to everything. There is nothing you cannot access. But the one thing you have to remember is that the same way you are attracted to people who got a solution for you, who helped you create better life choices for yourself, you have the same moral duty. You have to inspire other people, and
Exactly.
you have to be for them the solution they couldn't find somewhere else. And it's like
Exactly.
lighting a candle from another candle. It's nothing about being territorial. It's nothing to do with that. It's actually removing all the borders and realizing that you are part of this one world, this one entity, and each one of us got a role, a certain mission, a certain contribution to bring into the whole into the cocktail, if you want. So I many times I said this, that if you are not part of it, if you don't take part, if you don't get involved, if you don't engage your own energy and bring good things at the table, it's very likely that you'll be the missing piece.
Mm.
And you are born, you are created to be the masterpiece. It's there were times, even early last year, when somebody asked me, so what do you bring at the table? So I said, I don't know. But now I know I
Mm.
can bring the table. So ask me what I bring to the table. I will bring the table if needed, whatever it takes. so so it's me time is the inside job,
Mm.
but is a divine job. Over to you, Adrienne.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you've said it. We're unique. We need to love ourselves, and it starts off literally first thing in the morning, saying today's going to be a wonderful day. Going, and it's really interesting. You were talking about, if you have sort of negative thoughts during the day, and sometimes, we all do. Stuff happens, and we do. But it's very easy. Something happened to me this morning, and I was like, I suddenly felt very, I can't explain it. I was just like, well, where did this come from? And then I spoke to somebody, or I met up with somebody who said something to me, and I just started laughing. And within minutes, my whole mood had changed, and I'd totally forgotten about that. I didn't hold on to this bad feeling. I was prepared to work it out, but I didn't have to, because it just went, which was really good. But sometimes you have to go, I don't like that thought, and you just have to switch it off. But it's funny what you say about laughing at yourself. I live on my own, and I walk around and I talk to myself the whole time. And I'm always laughing at myself. And sometimes I just think, if anybody could hear me, it'd be really funny, because I say, and I do, like you looking for your glasses, we do really silly things. And I just laugh at myself and I go, oh, really? Why did you do that? Or whatever. And it's because I have this feeling that I'm a bit like I don't know, a Pollyanna, because I believe that life is meant to be good, that people are good, that the people I meet are good, that I love myself, and I know only the best is going to happen. And I think coming from that space, only good stuff does happen. You and I both know that it's going to be a wonderful year because we're going to make
Absolutely.
sure,
Absolutely.
because we're going to make sure it is. But there might be people listening saying, "Well, how do they know?" It's because we're putting this stuff in our minds, because we're working on the inside job every single day, and you have to do that every single day. I was talking to somebody the other day, and she said, "Oh, over the Christmas, I'd stopped reading my goals," and I was like, and this wasn't a client or anything. And I said to her, "No, you've got to keep doing it, because you can't suddenly stop. Because if you stop, all the negatives will start coming in again. You've got to start doing it again." And she said, "Yes, I will. I really will." And I said, you need to be doing it every single day, because that's the way we change our mindset. And it's so easy. That's the thing. It's so simple. And it's once you get into the habit, I can't get out of bed now without saying, "Today is a wonderful day. I choose to make it so." And it's really, yeah, exactly. And it doesn't matter what, how dark it is, or, if my eyes aren't open or whatever. But it's just an automatic thing for me. And as soon as I get out of bed, I start chanting to myself, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I love and accept myself exactly as I am, all the time. And, the whole thing in the bathroom mirror, "Good morning, gorgeous." And it's like, seriously? Yeah, seriously. Because that's how I feel. We've both said it. By putting it out there, that's what you get back, and you draw people to you who want what you have. And it's so wonderful, because we were put on this earth to help other people, and to be of service, and to be the highest, the possible potential, the best we could possibly be. And every day is a new day, and every day we can start. We can, yesterday, okay, maybe I didn't do as good yesterday. Tomorrow's going to be better. I'm doing my best today, and tomorrow I'm going to do even better. And if we believe that, then apart from anything else, our lives, the people that we care about, everybody we come in contact with will get some of this. It's like sunshine rays. It'll just reverberate to them and back to us. Because if you walk along the street and you smile at a stranger, that stranger will smile back at you for no reason. And they might go and they might smile at somebody else, or they might go into their office and go, "Do you know what? Some mad woman smiled at me today." But it was a really nice thing to do. And you're just putting out the waves. It's like little ripples, isn't it, in a pond?
I remember that many times back in London, people will ask me, what are you smiling at? Like as if, what's wrong with you? But if you go to Hoi An or any other place in Vietnam, people will be worried if you don't smile, because they are born with that smile. They wake up in the morning and they smile. They're so grateful for being alive. They don't expect anything from anyone, and they truly smile, not because their boss is telling them to do so, just because the world smiles back at them or with them. So I learned a lot from my travels to countries like Vietnam, because people are so pure heart, and they don't really think, well, if I'm going to smile to this person, they're going to give me something, or I'll have some whatever in exchange. They just smile, and it's so obvious that what they give from their heart, with their whole being, and they are just grateful for being alive. And you start thinking, going back from let's say from Hanoi to Los Angeles, still having the same clothes and having the same excitement about life. And I meet people who are, even they have the perfect perfect life anyone could ever imagine, they don't value that. They think they they don't have enough. Thinking
Yeah,
you guys
absolutely,
have
absolutely.
the imprint of this smile from these wonderful people who got nothing on me,
Yeah,
and you are so sad and so disappointed about everything, even you live in complete paradise,
mm,
and doesn't make sense. These people in countries like Vietnam, they never heard of insurance. They don't know the word weekend. They don't understand the word pension. So it's all to do with your emotions. So
yeah,
all these values and beliefs and actions are all right as long as you align them and you can achieve whatever you set to achieve in this lifetime. But unless you align them with your emotions, there is nothing. There is no hope. I don't believe in hope myself. I know it's just there is. You know who you are, and you have to understand who you might be.
yes.
Unless you give yourself that chance, it's a life. It's missing its purpose.
Mm. Exactly, exactly. But I think you said it in all the wonderful things you've just said. It's about gratitude. The trouble with a lot of, Western society, so places like certainly Los Angeles, certainly places like London, where there are a lot of people who've got a lot, there's some very, very wealthy people here, and I'm sure there's even more in Los Angeles. Um, but they're not grateful. They just complain and, I haven't got enough, I haven't got enough. Whereas people like the Vietnamese people you're talking about, they are so, so grateful. And it's part of their heritage to be grateful. And if people were grateful, if you're more grateful for what you've already got, oh my God, then more comes to you, because the universe sees that and goes, do you know what? She's really grateful. And so I'm going to give her some more good stuff to be grateful for. But when you complain, what you get, because you're complaining about lack, then what you get is more lack. And so that's another part of your inner resources. You have to learn to be grateful. And it's one of the things I talk about in my book, doing a gratitude journal, at least 5 things every single day being grateful for. One of the things I'm really grateful for is that I've got a wonderful bed and I always have a wonderful night's sleep. It's amazing, and I'm really grateful for that. There's lots of things in my life that I'm really grateful for. Yeah, I'd like more money, wouldn't everybody? But I'm so grateful for the life I've got, for the people I've got in my life, for the love I've got in my life. It's awesome. Absolutely amazing. And so I know I'm going to, I'm putting out the right stuff. But if you just sit around, and I know people who do it, who just are always complaining, and they've got more money than I have, bigger cars, bigger houses, they've got, as you say, so much stuff, and yet they're not happy. And because of what's going on inside. It's their mindset. They've told themselves that they need to have, even a bigger house or a bigger car or more holidays or whatever it is that they really want. But the trouble is with stuff like that, as soon as they get the next toy or the next whatever, the shine comes off really quickly, and then they're still not happy. So these people are never ever happy, because they're always going after something else and something else and something else. But when you're happy inside, when you look after yourself, and you're really being good to yourself, and so you're taking some me time and really loving yourself and learning how to love yourself and being grateful for all the wonderful things you've got in your life, even just having a roof over your head, having a meal on the table, how wonderful that is. Friends, family, people who care about you, such, so important. And when you're grateful for that, then so much more comes into your life, and abundance and wealth, but just prosperity of all things, more love, more friendships, more laughter, more everything. And that's what happens. But when you believe in lack, that's all you get more of. It's just lack.
I think, Adrienne, you have a wonderful program which is available online, and I went through everything myself, and I'm really fascinated by the simplicity of it, because what is more expensive than ignorance, really.
Absolutely.
It's just, if the listener out there, if you really want to reach out to your inner beauty, to your abundance, and understand that me time is about sourcing, becoming resourceful and sourcing yourself as a main resource, and not expecting anything from anyone, because no matter what, once you master what you got, nobody can take it away from you. That's why there are so many millionaires who got bankrupt, they lost everything, and now look at them, they are billionaires. So
Absolutely.
this simply because they learn how to manage their own resources, the inside job. And your course, Adrienne, tell us a little bit more about your course. It's just so amazing, and you put it so beautifully, and you package it at such a affordable price, while it's priceless, that I think each one of our listeners should have it. It's just grab it with both your hands. It's if anything, it's a great gift of life. It's the me time gift. So tell us a little bit more about it.
Of course, it's very simply a 7 steps to what I call 7 steps to getting back your sexy and getting into who you really are. And it's very simple, very easy ways of changing your mindset and just becoming this loving yourself person, really working on the me time bits, really working on the inside. And it's an incredible way, and it doesn't take very long to do. And once you've mastered it, very simple tools, you can use it for the rest of your life. And that's the good thing about it. It can just last you forever on any area of your life. So if you want to use it for weight loss to begin with, you can use it in a couple of weeks for earning some more money, or having more loving relationships. But I always say, the first relationship has got to be with yourself, and that's how you've got to work it.
I found your call to action to your own greatness. I found it amazing, and stop procrastinating and start living. It's really what you need to understand yourself, to understand your
Absolutely.
worth,
Yes.
and to let your locks go loose, because most of the time people will think of themselves very little, and all these limiting beliefs and all the other negative energies around them that are
Yeah.
building up, and they will literally create dead ends, whatever your endeavors are, whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter, is a personal relationship you want to work on, or your weight, or your creativity, or your finances. All these struggles will never turn into progress unless you start working on that inside job called me time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And procrastination is the worst thing imaginable, because procrastination, what happens is people procrastinate, and then that turns into fear. Well, no, it turns into worry, then it turns into fear, and then that turns into inaction, and then people stop doing or stop taking any action at all, and that's when life gets stuck. And this is what I was talking about before with the mindset and the thermostat, because once and then you look back and you go, look how much time I've wasted when I could have been doing this. And sometimes people need a little bit of help, and I get that, because it's not easy to do this stuff on your own sometimes, especially if you've got a lot of negative people around you, and that can be really, really difficult. I had that for a very long time. I had somebody that I was living with who was very, very negative. And it doesn't matter how positive you are. When you're living with that, it can be a very destructive force in your life. But I was lucky, I guess, because I was strong enough in the end to say, I'm not doing this anymore. And I think sometimes it's a very painful lesson that we have to take, because I got to a stage in my life where I said, it's either my sanity, my life, or I stay like this forever. And I didn't want to stay like that forever. And I think that's a really big choice that people make. And I think too that this is, as I keep saying, this is a perfect time of year. It's the beginning of a year, and it's a perfect time to step up and say, I'm going to stop procrastinating. I'm going to do something with my life. I'm going to do something so that this time next year, and let's face it, it'll go so quickly. This time next year, I can look back and go, oh my God, look what I've achieved. Look what I've done. And that's just such a powerful thing to be able to do, rather than, no, I don't think I'll do it because it's too scary. Of course it's scary.
Yeah, of course it's
Everything's
scary. And
scary.
I know, Adrienne, you have to rush off to a very important conference. And I won't want you to be running late because us holding you back. And
Okay.
I really want to say how grateful I am for you answering a crushing question, because if you learn to ask yourself better question, your life changes. And I know that your question is, what I'm going to do for others this year. And you are doing so much, you are giving so much, and it's all coming down to the fact that life is very simple. It really, really is.
Yeah.
And most people do whatever it takes to make it complicated. But
Absolutely, they
one thing
do.
I'm taking from what you said today, and I took so many notes, is that life is about creating better life choices, and is about reinventing yourself. Life is a new beginning, is a new year which can start right now, today. And it is not about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself the way you are designed to be. And
Yeah,
unless you do that, you'll never know what or who you might be.
exactly. Absolutely. There's this unlimited potential inside every single person. Absolutely unlimited, and we have no idea what we're capable of until we try. And that's
Let's
the
make
point.
it better. Let's make this year to be the one year where the most important thing is the actual me time. Thank
Yes.
you so much, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. From me and Adrienne, till next Thursday, is stay within me time.
Yeah,
Start your
absolutely.
divine inside job. Over to you, Adrienne.
Okay, well, lots of love, Marina, and thank you so much. And to everybody listening, please, please, please make this your best year ever, because you can do it. You can so do it, and I have so much faith in you, and I know you can do it. All you've got to do is believe it, and I promise you, it'll be worth it. You'll be so pleased at the end of the year. Thank you, Marina. I love you.
Love you loads. Till next
Okay, take
time,
care.
me time.
Me